All right, this came into me today. It's from Aaron Hartman over in the Netherlands, who I work with quite a bit, and it's shared from Terry Jamin's post. Now, when I saw this, I was a little perplexed. I discovered mud fossils in about 5 years ago, and I have them DNA tested and proven and all this stuff, and I've become very, very deeply involved in this. It's literally taken over my life, and I started Mud Fossils University, which I want you to go to, and I will show that in a minute. But there's something that I saw here, and there's some guys talking, and they're talking in Spanish, and I can't understand what they're saying, but I think they're missing something. They're talking about a person 9 feet tall, and that's or 10 feet tall. That's not even close. Or they're very wrong about that. This is a normal-sized person. You see that finger? This doesn't go way up to here in their fingers. The finger stops right here, just like our fingers stop right here. You see that tissue there? Hold on, I'm going to focus in on it. They just missed it, and I understand that. It's just an accident. But what they're looking at up here, this is literally tendon once you get back here. This is the webbing of the palm of your hand, and I'm going to show it anatomically. But you see this? There's the tip of your finger. There's the first bone. There's the big bone. It comes right back to the tissue. And you can see the tissue's all frayed out, and there's a better shot of it somewhere else. But this is literally right there on your hand, okay? So then you go back from here to the palm of your hand. You're into the guy's wrist. Everything's gone until his wrist. This is only, there's bones and stuff in your hand until you get back to here. But those are tendons. Those are tendons. That's all it is. And this is the guy's wrist. Now, there's some metal things in here, and they had a spike in his wrist. So now I'm starting to understand a little better, because this is not all fingers. He's not just a big finger guy. This is I don't know how normal it is. I don't know what dimensions there are here, but it's not. I don't think they got the right spot on his hand, to be perfectly honest. All right, this is kind of interesting, because this is in his wrist. These are metal tags in the tendons of his wrist. This is the wrist ends right here, and the bones of it's right there is the spot I'm talking about. It's right there, and everything shoots out from there. So they're tagging that. Apparently, I'm not sure what they're doing with it, but that's where it's hitting. All right, now apparently this is was a spike in here. They showed originally there was an actual metal spike, like they would have stuck Jesus to a post with. Now this is down in Peru somewhere, I believe. I need to get some more details on it, but they're tying up. It looks like his tendon there, like a big tendon like this. They're tying that up for some reason, but it's way back up in here, and I don't know why. I have no clue. All right, remember now that we're way up on his wrist. So we're up in this area of the wrist right here. You see that? That's this area right here, this little dot. That's that area right there in your wrist. So we're right here. They put a nail right there, and they put that strap right next to it. Now, they're talking in Spanish, so I have no clue what they're saying. But this is, all I can assume is that has something to do with this tag saying, don't let it slip past. Now they're going to show the other side of it. Now you see here, look. Now it appears that nail was up there. Now why it would be on this side, I would have expected the nail to be on this side. But anyway, I don't have any, and there's two of these things. There's one over here too somewhere. This has got to be looked at, but I don't think they got the right place on the wrist, to be perfectly honest. They're talking to a 10-foot tall person. That's not, it's the same size as that guy that's working on them, I believe. Now that's my opinion. Could be wrong. All right, this is an absolute must to go to Mud Fossils University. Look at this one. It's very, very important. MFU, the new science of light and energy, is discussed. And you have to start here, because I have to tear down everything that you have been taught about literally everything, because it's not right. It's just not right. The sun is putting out particles. It's putting out particles. We know that. The particles push solar sails. They hit the earth. They light up things. They make electrons move in solar panels. They heat and light and so forth. And then they think there's nothing in between here. They're energy and particles when they left. They're energy and particles when they hit. They were energy and particles in the middle. They're called dark energy and dark matter. It's just what they've been looking for everywhere, and that's what it is. And when it hits something, it hits a nucleated body that has a cloud of electrons around it. And when that electron, which was vibrated so violently from the sun that it escape velocity achieved, and it popped out of there, just the electron spinning, zzz, spinning, and the distance of the spin determines the frequency, and it becomes a wave because it's spinning as a wave, and it is a particle, so that fulfills the duality, and it comes down, and it's dark matter, and it's because there's nothing to bump into here. It comes down, it bumps into something that has a cloud of electrons, and it vibrates that cloud. That creates energy and light. Some bounces off, and certain quantums are absorbed that create frequencies. The rest bounces off. That's your heat and light. The earth is growing rapidly because it's absorbing these particles. Nothing is understood. That's where we're going to start from. You have to start at that one. All right, so remember that. That is MFU, the new science of light and energy is discussed. And after you do that, we're going to go on from there. All right, then we're going to go to my Mud Fossil University site, and this will tell you about mud fossils were just discovered or accepted finally by Yale. They found their own, and they've named it and claimed that they discovered it. So I don't really care. I just want it to be known, and he's been rejecting it, Professor Briggs, for years now. And he still won't communicate with me. But, you know, that's the way they work this thing in academia. So that's why I started this. So anyway, this is the Mud Fossils University, and it tells you about the other sites we have. Science Theory Challenge. I want you to come there, because I can challenge any single theory that you can come up with. It's a theory based on matter, because matter was alive and not dead. They're mud fossils, and they just have no clue about that. So therefore, space, the Big Bang, everything's wrong. I can confront that, and I can beat anybody on the planet that wants to discuss it, and we will discuss it. And this is all the information that we have to present here. Now, there's another page that is the Mud Fossils, a New Science. Now that is Mud Fossils, a New Science, right here. Now, this group I also created, and this addresses the mud fossils. You can post here and put up your finds that people find, and you know, this was a hand that just came in, you know, there's all kinds of stuff on here, very interesting. That's a petrified hair, and there's all kinds of things. So come and visit, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. You go somewhere else. Didn't cost you anything. No judgments. Have a nice day.